Okay, so I'm kind of doing a recap of my night. It is Friday. I've actually been up for quite a while. And what I want to share with you is kind of what it looks like for real, non edited, you know, as a real estate developer, what's going through my head on all the projects I've got. So, to give you contents, this is what an end of the day report to yourself would look like. And you could use ChatGPT to take notes. That's what I do, which is doing right now. So here's what comes up for me as a developer. Let me see here. Okay, I think that's working. I'm trying to get the face thing though. So as a developer, there it goes. Tracking's working. All right, cool. So I have not found a chef to do this for me yet. So just FYI, I'm huge in efficiency, so much so in my own life. So I'm meal prepping. I meal prep for a month in advance. So this is beef, egg whites. I'm huge into protein. Now, the only reason why you want to practice this is if you practice in your own life efficiencies for yourself, you actually start doing that more often. So what I mean by that is now you're looking at inefficiencies everywhere in your life. So that actually helps you in development. So, doggone it, I thought I had my glasses. Okay, yeah, I can wear these. My eyes are pretty sensitive right now because I've literally been up, I think since midnight. So I studied for a GC test. I meditated for like an hour, 2 hours because I was tired. And secret thing I'm working on as well. That's coming up. I'm not even gonna say a word. If you saw it, you saw it. It's super cool. So, okay, end of the day report. So first one, as I go down the list of all the stuff I'm actually working on. So what that is, I'm working on the waste campus. So I'm working on the waste campus as one. And if we can get that landfill, which Barrett is a new guy, he's a great civil engineer. If you could ever partner with a GC, a civil engineer, and and this just helps my eyes to keep colors, so it starts calming your eyes down if you're tired. Just helps me. So if you can partner with a GC who has a civil engineering background that could get stuff done, that's an asset in your team. And the main reason why, I'm just stretching my back, so throw why. The main reason why is that person can get a lot of things done that you typically can't. And so if you don't like for me, I enjoy dealing with sellers directly, making deals happen, creating win-wins, and the creative side and marketing side, right? Like I like things that look aesthetically pleasing, like from architectural standpoints and just timeless. And then I'm big into creativity. That's why I design all of the conceptual plans for all of the development. So if you like design, you're going to see that a lot. Within all of your conceptual plans, you could design it as beautiful as you want it to be. It's pretty cool. So for example, when I did the subdivision from 1 house to 41 houses, I designed that conceptual plan. We had 9 conceptual plans, and what that means is basically what's the layout of the property. And so you lay out the entire subdivision, and then you can tweak it. So we went from 1 house to 25 houses, 25 houses to 39, 39 to 41. That's when KB Homes actually, everybody and their mother put in an LOI for that property. And all of it was more money than I ever saw in my life, right? So for me, I was like, oh my God, we hit the lottery. And so one is, so I think I may have an asset, a person that we can do some things together because of that. So you always want to look at that within your own. What are you lacking in skill-wise, and what would you want somebody else to do? And the only way you could do it, what I found, is you have to track it. So So anyway, so that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing right now. The other aspect of it that I'm doing is I got the rail site across the street that we go to 2 rail spurs. So one of the companies is flying in from Canada, so we can have a conversation related to it. Then another company is interested, I think it's Cimex, for the secondary rail spur. So what you're doing is you're kind of, at the end of the day, you're thinking through every development, like what is the next task, hot potato, that can go to somebody as quickly as possible. So that's another thing. So you got to kind of like, in your head, you're thinking about it, and then you're going to put it on a spreadsheet and kind of like, for me, that's what works for me. So I can visually see everything. And then in the office, everything is whiteboards everywhere. I highly recommend that if you want to see a cool office. So I do my best to, okay, so check this out. One, I like comfort. And then when I want to hit some weights, I do. So all this is a whiteboard. You can buy that at Home Depot for $20, that whole thing. And then you could trim it out and paint it. It's pretty simple. And then I've got the same one over there. It's whiteboard. I remember old school chalkboard, so I have that too. Another whiteboard. And this kind of reminds me, also know that if you're an investor, you are making a difference in your community. So, all these trades are because of you. All this, anybody who's in real estate, like these are all your team members, right? So everybody does a project together as a team. And so for me, it's kind of like playing chess. So I love Frank Lloyd Wright. So with him, the beauty, let me see here. I think, okay. So for him, the beauty of architecture, and this was back in the 1900s. And if you see, we can do something like this around your community, like create something really beautifully designed. And so, for example, these are like, I don't know, my picker-uppers if I ever feel down. One time I was on the front page of the newspaper, I was like, yes, that's the street that's named after me. So I thought that was dope. The houses that we did, the award that I won. My grandfather and my mom actually died the exact same day, about 14 years later. So that's my mom. And tell me that's not somebody who's a hard worker. Look at that. That is me at 4:30 in the morning working at Eckers. That's her. So that's super cool. And then this is a reminder for myself that, she was on food stamps at one time. And back then, it said food stamps, which I think it should say that again, because it's like you should be embarrassed that you're on that. You should not want to do that. So I always have that as reminders. So I recommend, have reminders that you're a winner because it helps. Have a cool conference table if you can. This I got, let me see. So these are Frank Lloyd Wright statues. Yeah, so it's just beautiful things that we can do. And then this is the new build that I'm working on. This is one of the builds. This is the one with the butterfly roof. So, oh, geez, sorry. All right, we are not going to edit this. I'm just showing you the stuff that we're working on. Another one, modern home, and then this is the 2 rail spurs on the. Jesus, this is the 2 rail spurs on the. There it is. Probably you could see it. There's 2 rail spurs on the 4 acres across the street. So, yeah, I'm all in on everything I'm up to. So, but I'm also in it, and this is another thing too. I had this at the 2 properties when we were building it the whole time outside. I thought it was like super motivational. So that's kind of what we're working on. Yeah. So, this is the plat that I'm actually on that I'm doing. Okay, let me see here. Oh, sorry. Let me get this. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. I don't think it's going to let it. Oh, wait up. I think I got it. There we go. Okay, so this is the plat of where I'm at right now. So imagine the office is right here. Then all this we own right here. It's 14 acres. So that's the old one from 1925. I thought that was super cool. When I graduated police academy, office stuff. To me, that's the epitome of focus. Right there, Dennis Rodman. It's one of my favorite posters. Because if you see what I like about this one is that see his eyes and the ball. That's just like everybody else is watching him while he's putting in the work, and he's the one putting in the work. And look, he's only focused on the ball. So to me, that's always like focus on the goal. What's the end goal? For me personally, it's just do cool stuff. That's how I look at it. I just want to do cool things, and I don't have a thought process of even that it'll fail. Even recently, I know what it feels like to have $1 million in your bank account, and I know what it feels like the next. Like, you think there's no way that that's going to ever in your lifetime go down, like in your head. And then it goes down to like 10 grand really quickly on when you're doing multiple projects and you're learning high level project management. Like, you're going to mess up. So you kind of have to just be prepared for that. I need a back rest, so we'll talk. Okay. I don't know if you guys are getting anything out of this, but we're just talking. So I kind of look at it like, kind of like you. What you almost have to ask yourself, if you would never fail ever, what would you do? What would you be capable of doing? What are you not doing right now? If 100%, but you had to play by the rules of you have to do everything with integrity, it means doing no matter what, you have to always do the right thing. And then you have to do everything egolessly, meaning you have to kill your ego. And then you have to have and great love in everything you do. And then lastly, you have to be aware of everything you're doing. But if you could do those 4 things, then no matter what you're doing, you're going to win. I'm a prime example. Like, perfect timing of money coming in, just enough to get certain projects done, moving forward, surviving. Why do you think I meal prep for a month? I meal prep for a month just in case it hits so low that I at least have food to eat for real. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. That's how much I think through of like, man, this is how much money is on the line to get these doggone projects done. So anyway, this is the back end of like, what does it look like? I guess for me, myself, what I call a true investor, to me, this is what we think about. All right, so anyway, if you want to see some really cool case studies, I think they're cool, go to trueinvestors.com, and possibly if you've got, a seller or something, like I could help and add some value to a piece of land or a project, just let me know. All right, thank you guys. Bye.